Hello and welcome to another technical takedown the hard way. In today's video, fuel. I'm not sure if you've noticed or not lately, but the price of fuel is stratospheric. It's, I'm 45 years old, so I feel like I've been around forever, okay? And I remember times where fuel was 60 pence a litre. And I remember talking to my friends when I was younger. These were the days when they still had four star, and unleaded. So you'd pick one or the other, right? Those were the days. Anyway, so I remember those days, and I remember the price going from 60 pence a litre to 70 pence a litre. This was in the late 1990s, and think to myself, wow. 70 pence a litre. And then last week I was taking my daughter somewhere, and lo and behold, I saw this. I might have taken a photograph, so I'm going to try and put it up now if you can see it. It actually went up higher than this. So it was €2.10 per litre. €2.10 per litre. €2.10 per litre. I'm going to put that into gallons. So there is 3.7 litres per gallon. Let's round it off to 4 litres per gallon. So the price per gallon was 4 times 2, which is 8. My God. It comfortably €8 per gallon. So we can, because we've rounded it up, let's say $8 per gallon. So you see a lot of Americans running around, they're like, oh my gosh, we're paying $4 a gallon for our fuel. What is going on? The world is going to end. We're paying double that here. We're paying double that here in Europe. You've got it lucky. We don't have any places where we do in Europe. Sorry, we have the North Sea, but it's crazy. The price has gone up exponentially. It's living away from England for so long. That's what does that. So, how does this affect us? How does it affect our journey? How does it affect our family? How does it affect our finances? Well, it affects us quite a lot. Let's see some of the ways in which it will affect us. In one way, it's going to have some positive outcomes. I think a lot more people are going to be turning to electric vehicles. So those people who are planning to buy new cars, I think right now will be more focused on buying electric vehicles as opposed to buying a diesel or a benzene vehicle. So I think that the price of used cars went up considerably during the pandemic because of a shortage of new cars. So people were turning to nearly new cars, and that was bringing the price up of those cars. I think it's something to do with computer components that they couldn't bring in, chips and stuff that they couldn't produce. So there were no chips, i.e. there were no computers. And you know what new cars are like today? They are filled to the brim with computers. So everything went up. But I think now this war is going to bring that price of used cars, used combustion ICE cars. Yeah, I think it's going to bring them way down. I think a lot more people are going to realize how fickle the price can be on fuel when it comes to geopolitical events worldwide. It's had an effect on almost everybody, right? Even nations that produce oil. In fact, the weird one is this, if you look at those nations that have been sanctioned, nations like Venezuela, they haven't had a problem because they produce their own oil anyway and they don't send it away. They keep it largely where it is. So for that reason, they've been isolated. They're isolated from the good stuff, but they're also isolated a lot from the bad stuff. So things have been okay for them. But yeah, it's a crazy situation. How else is it going to affect us? I think it's going to affect the way people drive, I think, and travel in general. I think that if you can't, electric vehicles are expensive, so I think a lot more people are going to stop buying vehicles altogether, go through periods of just not having a vehicle. It's having that sort of profound effect. You got to remember, the price of fuel has more than doubled, which is just crazy. Some people can't afford the fuel for their cars. So yeah, it's one of those situations where people are having to really buckle up. Russia has those commodities on tap. They have lots of energy, lots of gas, lots of oil, and they can do as they wish with it now, because they won't be able to sell it to anyone, which is unfortunate for them, but oh well, it's up to them, right? So yeah, that's another way that it's going to affect us. And of course, it's going to affect us in some negative ways. Of course, it's going to cost a lot more money to do this same trip. Almost double the price. However, I told you guys about why we were making a vehicle the way we were making it. So it was going to be as efficient as possible on fuel. As efficient as an Overlander can be. Right, so we are making our own rooftop tent, and it's going to be designed in a way which is going to not be like a big brick on top of the roof of the car, but in a way which it will hopefully complement the aerodynamic characteristics of the car. We're buying a car with decent aerodynamic characteristics, right? We don't want a Defender. We don't want a G-Wagon. These cars are not good on fuel. I just watched Ava Zoobec, and she was talking about her car, how she spends 10 litres per 100 kilometres, which actually isn't bad for a car like that. I'm not sure if it's been raised, but it's definitely got some big chunky, it looked like mud terrains on them. So yeah, that's incredible that she's getting good mileage out of that car. So, but they've got really small engines, and I think that a lot of people tend to overload their Defenders, whereas we are keeping it nice, light, and compact. So, a combination of keeping it light and compact and keeping the car aerodynamically as efficient as possible will hopefully make up for this incredible fuel price. Is it going to stop Overlanders? I think it's going to. There are people who are going to think twice now about getting on the road, but I don't think you should. Right? Yeah, prices have gone up here in Europe and in the Western world. They're bound to go up in any place where they are importing fuel, but I don't think it should be a reason why you should not hit the road. I think you should hit the road. If you're earning money whilst you're on the road, hit the road, but try and give yourself more time. Stay away for an extra 6 months if you have to, and take more time getting from wherever you want to go to your destination. The more time you have, the more money you can make. The more money you can make, the more it will have an impact on the fuel you've got, and plus the bigger chances of this war ending and prices getting back down to a reasonable price again. So yeah, that's where we are at. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. Guys, I've got to say this: don't stop. Don't let this war stop you, no matter what. Okay, keep going. If you're planning to leave, just keep your eye on that prize, and once you are in that car, you will feel very, very happy that you left. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.